Hello everyone and welcome to the ECAC Overwatch third place match. It is your post-University Eagles tonight taking on John Brown University with the bronze medal and bronze trophy on the line for the school. Best of 7 tonight. Winner will take home the 5 medals for the players and the nice bronze trophy for the team. As we are getting right into it here on Lijiang Tower. And teams are set and ready to go. It's going to be Chewy, Moridin, Multikel, KingJackson, and Vero for the Eagles. Bezel, Ravel, Wafflepine, Hawk, and Athamanian for John Brown. Chewy going for the boop and doesn't quite find anyone. Did get them off the bridge, though. And John Brown got to watch out for that. So far, it's a 1-for-1 with Chewy and Ravel both going down. A 4v4 now at the house. Hawk getting low. Moridin will finish that kill on this patented Reaper. Love to see that one coming out to start things off here. Getting low, though. Gets healed up by Vero. And it looks like Post will capture the first point. Not a very decisive fight win, but it's good enough. At least for now. Sombra getting low. Not a great translocator. Will fall to Kel. And now JBU is going to have to wait for Bezel to respawn. We are in best of 7 territory tonight here, by the way, so this is going to be a long one. These schools in it for the long haul. Chewy on the Pharah. Trying to watch both angles here. JBU going for a little bit of a pinch play. And Chewy falls to Bezel on the Sombra, gets hacked and taken down, and that may open the door here for JBU. Moridin stalling for as long as he can on the point. Almost sneaks the kill down at the end. Multikel will finish off Ravel, but it's too little too late. As JBU will take the point back, but 41% on the board for Post. Multikel on the Junker Queen will have an ultimate available pretty soon. But the only other one online right now is Athanamanian's Kitsune Rush. So let's see if the JBU Eagles decide to push it here. Yep, there it goes. But straight into the block there from the Hazard. Don't know if that was planned or what. A lot of damage going out here, but Post University weathering the storm, and Moridin with the first kill of the fight onto Athamanian. And they do a great, Post does a great job of dealing with that Kitsune Rush, just hanging back, waiting for it to expire, and then coming in and finishing off that fight completely dry, using no ultimates there. Nice work from the Eagles, taking that one back. Only 37% on the board for JBU, and now Post with 3 ultimates online, including Moridin's Death Blossoms. So let's see if he decides to pop it here. Ravel, though, ends up popping the Override Protocol on the M-Ray to start off this fight. Here comes the Death Blossom. That's going to take down 2 from Moridin. Excellent work on the Reaper. And JBU may look to retreat here. Ravel does take out Chewy, though, so they may decide to push this, but probably not, as Multikel trades it back. And JBU will retreat. KingJackson has the beat drop online, that sound barrier. Look for him to try to stay a little bit separated from the team. If the Eagles are ult tracking correctly, they'll know that Bezel likely has EMP available. So KingJackson come in after the EMP goes out, but doesn't get hit by him. Doesn't get hit by himself. That's really what you want to see out of this next engagement from King. Oh, there's the EMP, and there's the beat drop. Perfectly countering. Chewy does fall, though, as Vero popping the Kitsune Rush. Everybody getting hacked. Multikel gets one with the knife. Moridin getting very low, gets healed up by Vero. Nice job to stay alive there. King finally falls, and it looks like JBU could potentially take this fight. Multiple getting very low. Nice kill there onto Vero, by Vero onto Bezel there, and that could actually seal the deal for Post. I don't think there's too many left for JBU on point. Multikill gets final kill onto Hawk. Oh, there is 2 more here. Hazard pops the ult, but it's too little too late, and Post will take the first point, 100-37. That last fight was looking a little dicey there for Post, but they ended up closing it out in the end off of some excellent play by Vero. Knowing when to swap from doing damage to healing is so important on Kiriko, and Vero does a fantastic job of it. knowing exactly when, you know, oh, there's a DPS low right behind me, I need to switch, take them out, then go back to healing. Or, because you don't want to get too tunnel visioned one way or the other. If you too tunnel vision on healing, you'll miss some good kill opportunities. And if you're too tunnel vision on damage, you're going to let your teammates die. So Vero doing a really nice job to balance that out. As you now see Moridin with the teleport, then the swap. Get everybody out onto the point fast. Chewy sticking with the Pharaoh. Pumping damage through this window here. Ooh, getting taken low by Revel, but has this health pack. Right nearby. King with the first kill of the fight, but Moridin falls to a Thanamanian right after. Chewy falls as well. That's going to be no DPS online for Post. They do take the point, but for how long? They've got to win the fight. So far, JBU is not able to kill Kel. Knife lands onto Revel as well, but he pulls him a little bit too close and isn't able to follow. Axe swing will miss as well, but Kel doing a great job of just surviving on point. Chewy takes down Hawk in the meantime. As we see Will Fullpine swapping to the Sigma for this map. He's stunned up, but that's a huge team wipe for Post, coming in right in the nick of time to save Kel's life. And Post will take that fight. Good job capping the point early as well, before the fight even really happened. And they're able to get a lot of extra percentage on the board there as the point was ticking up as the fight was happening. Good awareness there from Post. It's Moridin taking the high ground here, but he's been spotted out. Not sure if he'll decide to stick on here. It's a shot from Kelly. Wants to engage on this, but Wolf Fullpine has a ton of health that Post has to get through. Oh, great knife there onto Bezel as he was jumping down. And here comes the rampage from Multikel, hitting almost the entire team. Does have to fall back, though, make sure he's in line of sight of his healers. Post, no, they don't necessarily have to get kills here. They just need to keep JBU in this choke point. And that's exactly what they're doing. Lots of ults coming out now. Rocket Barrage from Chewy. Revel very low. He can't get the kill! And Revel with 3! And JBU will somehow win that fight. Post wanted to close it out right there, but wasn't happening. JBU and Revel specifically, with an incredible overclock, getting the triple kill. And JBU will take the point right back, but 83% on the board for Post. Let's see what they're able to do here. Moridin with the Death Blossom again online, sticking with the Reaper. Has eyes on Bezel. And this JBU team is very split. If Post commits to the point, they can cap it back pretty easily. Here's the Death Blossom. Chewy will find one with it, and that may be all the Post Eagles need. One more by Chewy on, two more by Chewy on the back end as Moridin gets one with the Death Blossom. And now, JBU needs to hurry back to the point. Sigma ult going down, but it's not going to kill anyone. Beat drop comes down on King, maybe a little early, but Post can push in on this. Double beat drop. King trying to prevent them from getting the touch, but Hawk will touch the point and start overtime. But it may be too little too late here for John Brown as overtime ticking down and everyone dead. Nobody left to touch the point, and Post University will take map 1, 2-0. Chewy with the play of the game on the Pharah. Definitely doing some work on this hero. Loves playing this hero on Li Jiang specifically. Shut down that Soldier 76 ult as well. That attack visor. That was just a massive play from Chewy coming out. As we will be updating the match score here. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, Post up 1-0 in the best of 7. First to 4 tonight. It's going to be a long one, but we are in it. But yeah, I do like what I'm seeing so far. Sorry, I'm just updating JuggleGod. He's trying to get to his esports center so he can jump in the cast with me. But he's still about an hour out, so it is a I'm just gonna let him know it is a best of 7 tonight, though. So we'll see. But yeah, I do like what I'm seeing from Post. They only lost a handful of fights there. I think they lost about 3 team fights. JBU just really couldn't find a way past Multikel in a lot of these engagements. So I do really like what I'm seeing so far. We'll see if Post keeps it up. But yeah, next map is going to be JBU's pick. So once the picks and bans go through, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Traveling to Havana. Initiating match.
Alright, we are back with map 2. Post taking Li Jiang 2-0 pretty handily. Not exactly 100-0, 100-0, as JBU was able to win a few team fights and get the percentage up there on a couple of points, but overall, pretty dominant performance from Post University. We'll see if they can continue that momentum into map 2, which is going to be Havana.
Ready for battle.
As we see the Post team coming out here, it's going to be same rosters for both teams. Actually, I think Hawk may have subbed in. I don't know if he played in the first map. I'd have to take a look back and see. But in any case, Moridin on the Hanzo. You don't see that too often. I do like it, though. Chewy rocking the Emery. We've seen him play the new hero a couple times. See if Moridin can get some work here on the Hanzo. Like I said, he doesn't play this hero too often, but when he does, he tends to make a huge impact. Hanzo is one of those heroes where you either make a ton of impact and huge damage, or you just find it hard to really do anything. Ooh, but a great start for Post as Multikel and Moridin team up to take down Bezel. And now in the 5v4, Multikel may look to push some space here on the Sigma. It's going to be the Sigma v Sigma duel, as Bezel has respawned and is now back in the action. Post doing a good job holding this this kind of angle here. Multikel goes purple though and has to back off a bit. Rock not quite connecting there for Multikel as the Sigma duel still going on. Bezel trying to go for a flank on Soldier 76. Multikel spots him out though. This King with some really good positioning on this Ana. Oh, gets the long range sleep dart there onto Wolf Vulpine. As Ravel getting taken very low. Nice shots there. To Ravel trying to take the high ground. Multikel getting taken very low though, as King also very low. Uses the nade. Not on himself. This gets heals from Vero though, who now has the Kitsune Rush online. Let's see if she decides to pop it here. So far, a very nice hold from Post as Chewy picks up another, this time on Hawk, and now support down for JBU. Post could look to push up once again. Gravitational Flux online as Moridin with the snipe onto Ravel, and this is just going from bad to worse for JBU. They just cannot get out of spawn here against these Eagles. They cannot get around this first corner. And now all 5 ultimates online for Post University Eagles, only 2 for JBU. And Post really hasn't felt too threatened yet at all yet so far this map. Here comes the ultimate from Wolf Vulpine. Moridin getting taken very low, but gets healed up by Vero. And Chewy popping the override protocol, gets one. Make it a second there on Athemanian, getting both supports down. Excellent target selection there by Chewy. And Post still holding strong on this first point. A little over a minute to go. Things are starting to look a little bit desperate for JBU. But here's Ravel with the override protocol. Takes Moridin down. I believe that may be JBU's first kill of the map. KingJackson also falls. Vero will pop the Kitsune Rush, though. Post still wants to take this fight. Multikel will catch one with the Gravitational Flux, but it won't be enough. And not quite sure about that Sigma and Kitsune Rush, as Post already had 2 down there, but they were confident. Good stagger deaths coming out from JBU, though. That will make it harder for Post to group up before this first checkpoint, but they will eventually cap it with less than 30 seconds to go. But a great initial hold from Post. A little under 3 minutes on the clock as we head into Foundry. Moridin may look to get a sneaky Dragon's Blade out here. And Wolf Vulpine swapping to the Hazard, by the way, and Ravel swapping to Genji, but gets taken down by Moridin. We're gonna get back to that high ground. Nice sleep dart onto Wolf Vulpine, gets blocked off from his team with the Sigma shield as well. And now Post can push JBU right on back. JBU really just not like, I'm noticing they don't like to commit to these fights when they're down a player. Now Chewy maybe a little bit too close for comfort here as the window comes out for Hawk. But he's working that angle. Well, Vulpine getting very low, has to jump away. And JBU not really able to utilize that window very effectively. Chewy getting taken very low, still in the area. Isn't able to get healed up, and 2 fall for Post. Multikel trades 1 back onto Ravel, but it's definitely not going to be enough. That's a full team wipe for JBU. Post may have time to come back for 1 more team fight before this checkpoint, but it's going to be tough, especially with Bezel's Tac Visor online. Multikel up in the Gravitational Flux. Gets 1. Hawk very low. Gets a 2nd. He's looking for Bezel up top. Can't quite find it, but that may be enough to push JBU off the payload. Now they're just going to stagger Ravel. Very nice job. Not getting too kill hungry. Realizing that Ravel was totally dead to rights. And letting him stay alive just for a little bit longer. So now JBU has to wait just that extra 1 or 2 seconds for him to respawn and regroup with the team. Now we're in under 30-second territory. Nice stun there by Multikel. That's going to delay the push from Wolf Vulpine. But the downpour is online for Wolf Vulpine as he's jumping in here. Here comes Chewy with the override protocol, but gets taken out by Ravel. Bezel gets another one as JBU confidently winning that team fight despite Post popping multiple ultimates. We will get all the way down to overtime, but this round will continue with JBU getting to the next checkpoint here, and they'll have exactly 1.5 minutes to get it all the way to the 3rd. So because of that really good initial hold by Post, this is going to have to be a very fast, decisive push from JBU through this last section of the map. Oh, nice shots there from Chewy. Almost takes out Athemanian. Ooh, but Ravel winning that hit scan duel. Oh, make it 2. That time onto Chewy, and now Post is going to have to be in full retreat mode and regroup here, because they were not ready for the Widowmaker. Both rocks missing from the Sigmas, but Ravel takes out KingJackson. Post needs to deal with this Widowmaker. There we go, Chewy makes the kill, swapping to the Widowmaker himself. Taking down a little bit low.
Almost there. Don't let go of the defense.
Oh, there's the headshot onto Hawk. Oh, we'll make it 2 on Ravel. Ooh, Chewy with 5 health less does get healed up. He knows the Ana's back there. He can see her shots. Now he can definitely see her. Oh, it's double Widow ultimate going out. But Kel takes down Wolfpine with the ultimate. And that's it. Nobody else can touch the point. And Chewy doing a great job of matching the Widowmaker from JBU. And in getting those key kills. Giving Post an opening to decisively take map 2. Let's see if they're able to do it. Oh, I can't go any further. I can't go over there. It looks pretty though. Let's go over here. Excellent work there, though, by the Post squad, specifically on that first point. I loved what I saw there. Really holding strong out of that first angle there. That's generally where you want to hold on this map on first point if you're on defense. So, Chewy rocking the Genji. I'm interested to see if he stays on the Genji. We don't see Chewy on the Genji too often, so this could be a treat.
Mom made me quit my Miko duties. I couldn't look her in the eye for weeks.
I am glad you've resolved your differences.
Multikel going to his...
Me too. Better late than never.
Oh, never mind. He's going back to the Sigma. And King on the Ana, which we don't see very often either. Usually King's been our Lucio player. It's been Lucio Akiri pretty much every game for us, but he does play a good Ana. I'm interested to see how Chewy's able to do on this flank. That's going to determine a lot about how this these first few fights go. Oh, Moridin with the May v May kill. Takes out Bezel. Post will be able to push up here. JBU doesn't want to take a full-on team fight. No, down a player. Wolfpine gets slept as well. Athemanian taken low too. And now Wolfpine purple. Chewy gonna dash in. Good wall there, but not quite enough to keep Chewy away from the rest of his team. And now Chewy diving up. Getting up onto that high ground to contest the Emre. Bezel gets the May kill traded back, though. A little bit of a revenge there. See when Chewy decides to dash in. There's the dash in, but a good immortality field from Hawk. Gonna keep everybody alive. Post getting a little bit further in that initial push, but it looks like JBU will stabilize here. Yep, Ravel taking out KingJackson, and now Multikel in full retreat mode. Just trying not to give them any more ultimate charge as he waits for his team to come back. Vero with Kitsune Rush online. But Override Protocol and Blizzard online for JBU. There's the Kitsune Rush. Post wants this fight. Chewy going in deep onto Bezel. Staying behind Multikel. There's the Blizzard. Multikel getting frozen and taken down by Ravel. Now Post with no tank. They could still potentially win this fight, though, as Moridin gets one. It's all up to Chewy now, though. Chewy and Moridin. Ravel eventually takes Chewy down, and Post will have to regroup once again. And Post also having issues getting through this first point.
The barrier appeared. The barrier's weakened.
Look for Multikel to try for a big Graphitic Flux here. Maybe to open up this team fight. Open the door for Chewy's Dragon Blade. There's the double. Now Kel catches two, but May's gonna easily just block that one. And there's the Dragon Blade. Chewy gets one. Gets two. Can he get a third? No, he doesn't get the dash back in time. As Ravel countering with Override Protocol, taking out three. Everyone falling to Ravel. As he just is able to take them to the skies, rain down damage onto Post.
60 seconds remaining.
And now Post in trouble here if they're not able to win this next team fight. King with Nano. See how he decides to use it. Chewy swapping to the Echo. He's just gonna Nano Multikel and just go right in there. Wolfenpine already with a kill though onto Vero. This is not looking good for Post. Ravel taking out Chewy as well. King gets one onto Bezel, but will it be enough? Probably not, as Multikel has fallen. And now we're in final fight territory for sure. 15 seconds. Post has got a touch. Oh, Chewy gets taken out. Multikel's not getting any heals. And that may do it. It's just cleanup duty now for JBU, and we are tied at 1, ladies and gentlemen. We got a series on our hands today.
Play of the game.
Yeah, this has got to be the triple kill with the override protocol. So hard to deal with Emre when he's just flying in the air, because you're dealing with him on the ground the whole game until the end, until when he ults. But yeah, we are tied at 1, and I think JuggleGod should be joining me for map 3, hopefully. We'll see. But it's going to be post-map pick, as we'll be right back with map 3, starting in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to KingJackson. Initiating breach.
All right, we're back with map 3. We're tied up at 1. Let's see who takes the all-important third map. Of course, maybe a little bit less important than it is in a normal best of 5. As we see post map pick here, we're going to New Junk City. As we see the team comps coming out, Athamanian hovering over that jetpack cat. Let's see if they stick with it. That could be an interesting pick here. Multikel. Gonna use the Junker Queen for the first time tonight. Was playing it earlier in the warm-up matches, so was hitting some ridiculous knives, doing a ton of damage. See if that trend continues as the teams get ready for that first team fight.
Pick up your fate, you drombos. Here.
Good initial damage onto Wolfulpine, but he's gonna get healed up. Really nice shots coming out here from Multikel, forcing all the healers to focus on Wolfulpine. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Wolfulpine getting walled off. Great wall there by Moridin. Wolfulpine just taking so much damage. Finally falls to Multikel's relentless shots. And now cleanup duty for Post. With the tank dead from JBU, Post will capture the point. Sometimes all you need is one kill, if it's an important kill. Unless you take the point. Ghost wanting to meet them here. Great wall here. Once again, from Moridin, and Post will confirm that kill onto Wolfulpine once again. This Moridin cannot be stopped on the Mei. He said, all right, you're not going to ban the Mei. That's fine with me. I'll just wall off your tank as soon as he walks into any room. %60 already on the board for Post in this first point. On board with Chewy here. Let's see if he's able to get some damage on the flank. Oh, gets hindered. Able to recall out, though. Oh, couldn't get back to the middle. And Ravel takes him out. Vero with a return kill, though, onto Wolfulpine. Ravel tries right, but there's the EMP. And when Multikel hacked and all alone, he will fall. But we will go all the way to overtime. But JBU will take it back. But now we're one team fight win for Post away from capping this first point. Which, if you're not familiar, Flashpoint is essentially a mini best of 5 control point that ticks very quickly. High Noon coming out here for Ravel. Doesn't look like he's going to capture anyone with it. Oh, but a great pulse bomb there from Chewy. Takes down Hawk. Moridin with another. And this could be all that Post needs. They already take the point back. Gotta kill Wolfulpine on point, though. They finally do. That may spell the end here for JBU on this first point, and in fact it does. As Ravel trying to avoid falling, but he does in the end. But should have plenty of time to recover by the time this next point unlocks. But a great start here for Post. You're getting the sense that this series may come down to who's able to win on the opponent's map pick, because Post is looking pretty unstoppable so far on their map picks. And same thing with JBU. Bezel gets one, but here's the rampage from Multikel going all the way back into the other side of the team, but the beat drop comes out from Hawk, protecting his entire team. And then Kel will fall in the 5v4. Moridin with Blizzard online, but will hold on to it. As Chewy now just trying to stall for as long as possible and allow his team time to come back. He has no problem getting back to point. He's a tracer. As let's take a look at Moridin here. He's got Blizzard online, but Wolfulpine also has the Annihilation ready to go for JBU. So JBU with much better start here on point 2, capping first. Heat drop comes out, High Noon comes out, gets walled off. Great wall by Moridin, but the High Noon still takes him out before he's able to use Blizzard. Now Post has got to confirm a kill quickly, and they do so, but it's going to maybe too little too late. Chewy gets another, but now it's only Chewy and Multikel on point. And Multikel will fall soon after. And Post might have 2 more fights here before JBU takes the second point. These teams very evenly matched so far. But again, this is Post's map pick, so the onus is on them. It feels like the pressure is on them to win this one. Post going downstairs here. EMP comes out from Bezel, but instantly falls. Ravel gets one traded back, though. Well, King also falls. Will Moridin pop the Blizzard? Yep, he is going to. Wolfulpine will get frozen, but it's really just Kel on point. Takes out the Cassidy. But now it's just Kel and Vero on point. Can they do this? Oh, Kel just going right past. There's the rampage. Trying to deal with Hawk. Finally takes him out. And then somehow, some way, this Post team is just making it work. They stalled for long enough to have some people that were dead come back. They knew this was their last chance at this point. And they do take it back, but it's 99% on the board for JBU. Annihilation still in the bag for Wolfulpine, the only ultimate available for this next fight. But we do see Chewy swapping to the Cassidy as well. This could be a cast v cast duel. Both of them very close to about the same percentage away from High Noon as well. Oh, great grenade there, stunning Bezel, not allowing him to translocate away. But Ravel takes out KingJackson. It's twin kills. Roar the McCree. Oh, but Chewy gets 2! Wolfulpine takes him out with the Annihilation, but that may be all that Post needs here. They just got to take care of Wolfulpine. Don't know if they'll be able to. Multikel hacked on point. Getting taken very low. He is getting heals, but will it be enough? Bezel with 2 in the back line on the Sombra. And Multikel will fall soon after. It's 99-99, but Post is not on point. And that means that JBU will take point number 2. Yeah, Chewy in full retreat mode. And it's 1-1.
Lost. Next, flashpoint, junkyard.
Multikel close to another rampage, but Ravel and Athemania both have their ultimates as well. This could be a very explosive fight coming up. Bezel also close to the EMP. A good EMP will win a fight. Really, no matter what else is going on. If he hits the majority of the team. That knife lands onto Ravel. Oh, Ravel gets taken out by Multikel. This fight going tit for tat right now. Both teams getting kills. JBU does not want to give up this point. Wolfholstein gets walled off again. Knife lands and Chewy will finalize that kill, and Post do a great job of taking the point. Despite losing a few members early during that engagement. 3 versus 1 in terms of ultimates available for this next team fight, and Post University also has the point. I love watching Multikel's jungler queen. He does so much damage as the tank player. But Blizzard comes out for Moridin. Doesn't quite catch too many, but 2 kills already for Post. And there's the beat drop to protect everybody. Ooh, Multikel does fall, but I think this may be enough for Post to stabilize here, as that is a clean team kill, just losing Multikel. Let's see if JBU decides to group up for one more fight. I believe they'll have time, as we're only at 85. They'll have to be kind of quick, though. Vessel swapping to Soldier. He's just waiting in the wings to get the touch. Just Kitsune rush. High Noon coming out. And Chewy just holds on to it, waits for Athenian to come back into line of sight. And that's 4 for 1 in favor of Post. And that'll put Post on map point. With that was a clean 100-0. And now Post can close it out right here.
Next, flashpoint, bomb flats.
I really like the way Chewy just confident in his healers. Even though he was on the high ground exposed during Deadeye, he knew he was going to get the heals that he needed and just held on to it until Athenian popped his head back out. A lot of poke damage going down, but no kills quite yet. Multikel getting quite low, needs to get healed up. He does so. Back lands, it's a 1 for 1. So many fights have started this way. Oh, knife lands onto the High Noon, he gets pulled in. But it goes out onto Multikel before he can get the kill. And I think King may just be trying to stall as long as he can. Yep. Moridin's back in spawn, so that's going to be point over to JBU. As they're looking to bring this all the way to point 5. As we'll see, we'll get the entire world tour of New Junk City. Kill waiting for his health to go back up. Kitsune rush goes out, but Chewy already with a kill. Onto Athenian. And here's the rampage into the back line. Takes down one. Takes down another. Ooh, Ravel, though. Not done with this fight yet. In the back line, finally falls to Multikel. But this fight is nowhere near done yet. Now Multikel, I believe he's alone on point. Can't quite finalize that kill on Athenian. And we're heading to point 5. Just like that. It's a 100-0 for Post on point 3, and then a 100-0 for JBU on point 4. It's all going to come down to this. Whoever wins this first fight is going to be in a great position to win this map. So this next few seconds, so crucial. And advantage to Post as far as ultimates are concerned. Let's see if they're able to take advantage. Ooh, there's the beat drop. Chewy gets 2. That is so big for Post. But crucially, no ultimates used on the side of JBU. But Post wants that first initial control of the point and put the pressure on JBU. Moridin doing the classic Moridin play. Wait for the tank to walk in, wall him off, and kill him. Let's see if Wolfholstein falls for it again. Nope, not taking that road in. Oh, nice shot by Moridin. Almost takes out Ravel. Post has got to watch out for High Noon and Tack Visor here. There's the High Noon. Oh, Wolf Pine Noon very low. And Post playing defensively against this High Noon. There's the Blizzard. They're all grouped up here for Moridin's Blizzard. Multikel gets one, but it looks like JBU will be winning this team fight, as well Volpine with two. Multikel trying to go for the hero play, but it's just not enough at the end of the day. But 89% on the board for Post. One more team fight win should do it here.
Let's go win this thing.
But we may be coming all the way down to final team fight. These teams so close. I'm interested to see if Multikel just wants to pop it immediately here, or if Post is going to play for two fights. JBU cannot afford to lose one, so Post could play the two-fight window here. Oh no! Kel's ultimate gets interrupted. And that's going to be a win for JBU. Post has got to make it back quick now. Annihilation online. And Deadeye online for Chewy. They've got to be fast, and it is, in fact, going to come down to final fight. Vero probably won't have Kitsune Rush here. The Post has got to touch pretty soon. Oh no, Moridin goes down right away. High Noon. Chewy gets one. Beat drop goes out onto point. Multikel very low. There's one. There's two for Chewy. The hero play. Kitsune Rush gets popped by Vero. It all comes down to this. Wolf Pine. He falls. They just got to deal with Hawk on point now, and he falls as well. Chewy immaculate on the Cassidy. But Post still has to get 10%. JBU could still contest this. They've got to keep him off point. Moridin with a clutch wall, and that's gonna do it! Moridin stops the overtime with the wall in the end. That is one of the closest flashpoints I have ever seen. That was crazy. And Post will go up 2-1. Oh, Sombra play of the game? I gotta see this. Nice. Wow, that was... What a map. All the way down to final team fight. All the way on map 5. Or point 5, rather. That was... These teams are so closely matched. But it is going to be JBU's map pick now. And they did really well on Havana, which was their first map pick. Back on map 2. So, we'll see if Post can go to match point. Remember, it's a best of 7, so Post still has to win 2 more maps to get 3rd place. So let's see if they can do it. As we will be right back and heading into map 4 shortly. Don't go anywhere.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
All right, we are back with map 4, sorry. Map 4. It's Midtown. Night version.
Attackers incoming.
Same lineups for both squads. Post up 2-1 now in the series. Well, Full Pine on the Malga for the first time this series. Let's see how that works out for JBU. Chewy, some good initial poke damage here. Bezel on the Sombra once again. See if Post is able to deal with her. JBU a little bit split here. Oh, Ravel, great shots onto Chewy. Takes him down. That's an early kill. Bullpine knows it and pushing in. Post just trying to stall and give time. But a great kill by Moridin. And that's no tank now for JBU. Moridin trying to escape up into the high room. But it may be too little too late. Post doesn't want to give this up yet. Multikel's still on point. He's not falling yet. And Bezel has to translocate out. Well, Fullpine is back though, but he's taking tons of damage on the point. Does get healed up from Hawk. Diving a little bit too deep, and Multikel will finalize that kill, and somehow Post stabilize. They don't even give up a single point. on the first capture point. Now King on the Mizuki. Chewy swapping to Sojourn.
Thanks for the help.
And JBU trying the same kind of flank strategy from Hawk. As Ravel pops the override protocol. Multikel falls before being able to pop his rampage. Hawk with another kill. And JBU really want this first point, and they're investing a lot of ultimates in order to do so. And that is going to be a pretty clean team kill for JBU as they will take the first point. But a decent hold from post, a couple minutes. That'll give a little over 4 minutes on the clock for JBU through this next section. Vero with Kitsune Rush online. Where does Post decide to make their stand here? The dagger's coming out from Vero. But Ravel with the kill onto KingJackson. Does Post answer this Kitsune Rush? They do. But Bezel takes down Chewy. And this has looked like Post in a full retreat once again. Multikel just trying to survive as long as he can. This is looking like it's a JBU team fight win, but Multikel and Moridin taking a long time to fall. Multikel with another kill. Knife lands as well. Will fall in the end, though, as both healers did fall earlier. And now Post has to regroup. But they do stall out the cart for a bit. Moridin now with Death Blossom online. Chewy with overclock as well. Bezel, no translocate. They could look to push in there. Oh, Ravel with the grenade kill onto Vero. Oh, really unfortunate for Post. Now Post has to decide if they want to fight this. Oh! Almost catch the Sombra out. She is able to get away at the last second. Overdrive gets shut down by the EMP and the beat drop. Great answer there by JBU as they just keep on rolling. That's a clean team kill. 3:45 on the clock here for this last point.
The protocol's ready to take over.
Gotta go.
Did I scare you?
Moridin's still holding onto that Death Blossom. But Ravel also has the override protocol. There it goes. Moridin. Death Blossom gets shut down though, but so does the override protocol. Ravel finally takes down Vero. That's a very late rampage from Multikel, and that also gets shut down. Wow. But King and Chewy are not done. They'll take two out themselves. They gotta stop the cart with no tank, though, which is a tall order against Wolfulpine. Multikel is able to get back in time, though, with that closer respawn point. Two and a half minutes still on the clock. Not too many ultimates online for either team here. This Bezel almost gets taken out there after the translocate. Manages to escape. Double Kitsune rush for both teams here. Who can do the damage needed? Denny escapes from Multikel's clutches so far. Knife lands onto Wolfulpine. Everybody very low, but no kills yet. Wow, Wolfulpine just taking all the damage. Beat drop comes out onto 4 members of JBU, but they're gonna retreat. Oh, they do not want to deal with Chewy's override protocol. He just presses Q and forces them back. There's the EMP though. In response by Bevel. Chewy spots out Ravel on that flank. He's still there. Still pinging him out for the team. Multikel getting very low. Somehow gets healed up. Wolf on Bullmine does take out KingJackson though. And that is a clean, nope, not entirely clean. Chewy does take out Ravel. But Post has to regroup quickly here if they want to stop this payload. And they're not able to touch in time. Moridin was just a little slow, unfortunately, for Post. But a pretty good defensive hold. 1 minute and 1 second on the clock for JBU.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
So Post looking to push it with a little more than a minute on the clock. Would be faster push than JBU. Let's see if they can do it. JBU has done really well on these payload defenses so far, holding Post to 0 points on Havana. So we'll see if that continues
Ready for battle.
here on Hybrid. Post, more or less keeping the same team comp. Bezel swapping from the Sombra to the Soldier 76, though, so very heavy hit scan comp coming out from JBU. That they may be thinking about how they can deal with Chewy's override protocol once he takes to the skies with that. Very similar to Farah. Emery is very strange. He kind of plays like a combination of Farah and Soldier 76. He plays like Soldier when he's doesn't have ult, and then once he gets ult, he suddenly becomes Farah, a very powerful Farah. So JBU may be thinking about how they can deal with that.
Time to show them what we're made of.
Good poke damage coming out from John Brown. Post rounds the corner though. King with a nice early kill onto Bezel. That's 1 DPS down. JBU, Moridin's got to stay alive though. Post needs to push in here with this advantage. Chewy gets walled off, but Multikel does not care. He's going to run right in and take out Ravel. And that's a pretty quick early cap for the Eagles. Just needed a couple key kills. That might be enough. Ooh. JBU does not want to give this up yet. But they will just go in one by one and fall. They'll stall for a couple more seconds, but they really just ended up giving Post a lot of ultimate charge there. As that was about a 2-minute faster push than JBU did. Guess we'll watch KingJackson drive the fire truck here. She was able to do on the M-Ray. As everyone grouped up for JBU, this is just target practice for Chewy on the M-Ray. Hawk finally takes down Moridin as JBU has solidified control of this high ground. And that can make it difficult for Post to advance this payload underneath. JBU needs to drop the payload, still pushing right along. Double Kitsune rush once again for both teams. Multikel finds one. There's another one. Chewy popping the override protocol, but down to 40 health and will fall. Beat drop just a little bit too late to save Chewy's life, but it's still a team fight win for Post as Hawk falls at the end. Post just motoring right along here. Ooh, Moridin. Vero with another one, yeah. JBU just kind of staggering in here. They're trying to stall for a few more seconds. 0.38 away from this next checkpoint. And it's just a matter of time at this point. There it goes. Last player taken out by Post. Ultimate advantage very heavily in JBU's favor here. So this could be a 2 or 3 fight transition through this last point. But Post so far has gone much faster through this map than JBU did. See if they can keep it up. Watch Moridin on the flank here. He finds 2, though, and is in trouble. Needs to Wraith form out. That's a good angle for... Yep, there's a good angle for a Rampage. But it's countered by the beat drop from Hawk. And the Override Protocol. Bezel takes out King and Post. Yep, gonna be in full retreat mode now. Maybe not, though. Multikel sticking around. He's gonna take out Revel. Knife lands on Bezel, but he gets the health back and is able to get out to safety. Chewy taking the high ground, looping around. There's the tack visor from Bezel. Takes out Multikel. Kitsune Rush goes out by Vero, but it's a little late. And that's going to be another decisive team fight win for John Brown. Good stagger kill by Bezel onto Chewy as well, and that'll buy a few more seconds for this John Brown defense. Oh, full pine very low. Comes Override Protocol. Wow, Chewy can't find any kills though. And meanwhile, Moridin falls. Finally, Wolfulpine goes down. Whoa. Knife brings Hawk right into Chewy's crosshair. Chewy now trying to survive on the payload. Oh, Revel gets taken down by Chewy. That's huge. They cross kill. But advantage Post. Multikel with a triple kill. Beat drop comes out from KingJackson. Post wants to push the final point right here, right now. Counter beat drop lands onto 4 by Hawk. But there goes the Death Blossom, takes down 1. And there's 2 more for Post. It could just be cleanup duty here. Just 1 more on the point, and that'll do it. About 1 minute and 8 seconds faster than JBU. Very nicely played by Post. Did a very good job dealing with Revel's Emre that time. There were a couple times he ulted and just didn't really get too much value out of it because Chewy was ready. And shot him right out of the sky. So Post with a little bit of an advantage here as we head into round 3. As both teams did push it all the way, we will do it again with the time bank that was left over from round 1. Ooh, Chewy hovering the... Oh, wow. We've got a very interesting team comp coming out here for Post. They are going to, I think, surprise JBU with this one, guys. Chewy on the Junkrat and Moridin on the Torbjorn. We haven't seen too much post-University Esports Torbjorn ever since Crystal graduated last year, so love to see this. And that's a very cheeky spot for the turret as well from Moridin. When JBU comes under that awning there, they're going to have to deal with Post on the right and the turret on the left. So I really like what I'm seeing here from Post. Let's see if they're able to really take advantage of this composition. Bezel and Revel sticking with the hit scan heroes that they normally play, so. Oh, but Chewy falls immediately. Definitely not what you want there. Multikel just going to start punching away. Forces them off, and the team a little bit split here from JBU, but that's how they want it. That's how they attacked this point before. As Bezel takes out Moridin, and yeah, that may be the end of that experiment for Post. That's a very quick initial team fight kill. Or a team fight win, rather. But as time ticks down, Post really just has to win one team fight here, but that's a very crucial point A capture for JBU. It keeps the win on the table for them. Now we are into overtime. Post just has to win one team fight. And JBU cannot leave the payload. Ooh, Bezel with the Helix rocket kill onto KingJackson to start things off. Turret's down as well. This is not looking good for Post. They may want to think about falling back and regrouping here. Ooh, Chewy finds Bezel, and that is going to be the Kitsune Rush and the Annihilation coming out from Multikel. Takes down Revel, takes down Athemanian. Post wants to stop them right here. There's the triple kill from Chewy and Multikel, and that is as far as it's going to get. 52.03. I like the decisiveness from Post there, even though it started off 5v4 with JBU getting an early kill. They still made the call to pop Annihilation and Kitsune Rush and really just try to stick it to them right there, despite Revel also popping the Override Protocol on Emre. So they just did a really nice job of kind of weathering that storm and then countering with their own Kitsune Rush. Vero has been so good at countering Athemanian's Kitsune Rushes with her own during the whole series, but specifically this map as well. It's been really nice to see. There really hasn't ever been a time where JBU has got a clear Kitsune Rush advantage. Vero's always been there to kind of trade it back and even the playing field. Chewy hasn't hovered over a hero yet.
Stay in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
Moridin hovering the Bastion, though. Ooh, Chewy on the Sim. Okay, Moridin swapping back to the Reaper. That's a little bit more standard for us. I'm interested to see if Chewy's just going to do a teleport or if he's actually going to stay Sim. We're just going to teleport up to the high ground and drop back down. Interesting. Yeah, he's going to stay Sim. I like it. Bell getting very low. Yeah, Chewy wants to teleport up here and take him down, but he's got heals already. As Bezel takes out Moridin. That is not good for Post, as they may need to regroup here. Moridin swapping back to the Bastion. He's going to be slow back to the fight, though. Post going downstairs. Just biding their time, waiting for Moridin to come back. It's like a fake TP, and it works out 1 for 1 so far, though. Wow, this team fight going back and forth. It's really all up to Kel now. And not take down Hawk.
60 seconds.
And now under a minute for Post. Things starting to look a little desperate. Gotta win this next team fight. They will be in a good position if they win this next team fight, but this next one's gonna be so crucial. Oh, Chewy getting very low. Gets healed up. There's the override protocol from Revel. Post cannot deal with him, though. 2 kills already for JBU. Things not looking good. Vero falls. Chewy, the last one left, and he will fall as well. And we are tied 2-2, everybody. What a series. I have this feeling this one's going to go all the way to Game 7.
Play of the game.
All of these have been so close, too. All these maps. All right, it's 2-2. We'll be heading to Post's map pick in just a few minutes. I'll also be joined by JuggleGod shortly on the mic as well for the rest of the series. So we're gonna have the JuggleGod buff heading through the rest of this series. But whew, man, it's a good one so far. 2-2. All right, we'll be back in a minute with map 5. All right, we are back with JuggleGod this time, jumping in with us for map 5 and on. What's going on, Juggle?
Oh my god, I am just so excited to be here. It was a race to get out of the lab and over here, but we made it. Looks like an exciting game so far, 2-2. I hear each team has won their map choice, though. Glad to see Post University's got theirs here.
Yeah, we're coming into New Queen Street here. And no kills just yet, as this is the first push map of the series. We're tied at 2. This next map going to be so key. We've got a cross kill here, 4v4, with Chewy and Ravel both falling.
Well, it looks like Post University is really going for kind of a high damage output here, right? Going with this Zarya, that means they're looking to get kills, looking to get them fast. Moridin is going to be picking up the slack as well on the make from kind of a tank point of view as well, but with another down for Post, that's not great.
Yeah, they're Multikel doing a good job stalling out, though, and allowing his team to come back. But Bezel, again, with the Helix rockets onto Vero, that's going to make it hard for Post to stabilize. But Multikel with 100 charge, and Chewy getting in deep. Very low, though, and will finally fall to Bezel. And now the robot's starting to get pushed here for JBU as they win that first fight eventually.
Yeah, but the good thing here is Multikel played it patient, right? He's still got about 60% ult charge, or not ult charge here, but rather energy, right? So he's going to be going into this next fight pretty good. He's going to really want to manage his bubbles, though, because there's a tac visor coming up very soon.
Bubble goes out onto Chewy, and Chewy pushing up here as Post flipping the map a little bit and spreading out this JBU team, and they're just going to take control of the bot right back from them.
This is fantastic, but it looks like somebody's getting hunted down.
And now JBU going back onto defense a little bit here. Oh, that's a what a wall there from, and it's a 2 for 2. Make it 3 there for Multikel. Chewy gets the bubble, and Multikel just doing so much damage on this Zarya with this high charge. Wolf Alpine finally going down. And Post taking this right back.
Massive plays there from Post University. Love to see them not get scared, right? When all of a sudden they were down by 1, Multikel had the presence of mind to just turn around, laser down Ravel, who was really out of position. So Ravel got the picks, right? But that meant he was very vulnerable as well. Now, Multikel's got the Graviton Surge, Moridin's got the Blizzard. Post University just doesn't want to use them at once.
There's 1 kill from the Graviton Surge. Make it 2 from Moridin. Bezel up on the high ground. Post's got to deal with him, but that's a pretty decisive team fight win, with Chewy even holding on to the ultimate. Gets another one. Chewy on Vendetta is something else, Juggle.
Yeah, I love watching this. I love watching Chewy on Vendetta. I mean, that was huge. Won that fight with 1 ultimate, which is great because there's 4 for both teams here.
Good job getting damage as he falls. Multikel finalizing the kill on the tank. Oh, but KingJackson gets taken out by the rockets. 2 more kills as well. Chewy still alive. Can't do much, though, because everyone else from Post had fallen at that point, pretty much. And JBU will take back control of the bot. But 4 ultimates online for Post.
And huge push there, right? Post University got the first checkpoint, and then some, about halfway, honestly, to the win there. But Post University really going to need to watch out for Wolf Alpine's ultimate here, especially with this
beat drop, and Blizzard goes down. Wolf Alpine gets frozen and taken down. Moridin very low, goes into snowman form. But it's looking like a teamfight win for Post, as without Wolf Alpine, the rest of JBU forced to retreat.
Yeah, fantastic plays there from Post University. Countering with that Blizzard was huge, especially considering the ultimate coming out from Wolf Alpine.
Great knife there from Vero,
hit.
taking down Bezel. Ravel gets 1 traded back, as we see Wolf Alpine swapping to Hazard. Jumping in on this one as well. Konsune Rush gets countered by the beat drop from Hawk, and Ravel with a double kill could open the door here for JBU.
Yeah, great picks that are coming out from Ravel. Now, I think one thing Post University needs to watch for is just Ravel's positioning, right? Ravel's being greedy right now. Ravel's getting picks. Post University needs to punish him. So, if Post University can just kind of continue to check the flanks there, I think they're going to be able to neutralize them. Post University already with a big lead, though, so as long as they just maintain it, they should be good to go here.
Chewy getting aggressive here onto the Soldier 76. But Bezel has the tack visor online. Post has got to watch out for that. 1 kill already here.
Ooh.
But Chewy diving in, taking out Bezel, and now has Athenian in his sights. Chewy getting very low. Ravel takes out King. Chewy still dealing damage, but finally falls. Meanwhile, Multikel, though, wreaking havoc in the backline, but it's not going to be enough as he's also going to fall. And this bot keeps going back and forth. No team really able to get a lot of meters pushed in the last few minutes, Juggle, but Post still hanging on to that about 50-meter lead. But now, finally, JBU will get some progress here.
Yeah, you know, as long as Post University continues to just kind of ping-pong this, right, it's going to work out for them. We're probably going to see them drop here in just a moment so that they don't quite get the... Oh, no, they get the point.
Huge ultimate there from
Huge.
Chewy. Takes out Bezel, but now Chewy's got to survive. He cannot do so. Ethemanian takes him down. And now Moridin's going to have to be huge with the Blizzard. Wall goes out, but that's not going to block the high noon. Ravel doesn't find anyone, but finally Chewy falls, that time to the hazard ult. And now Post may be in retreat mode. Let's see what Chewy decides to do. Yeah, he will fall. Multikel trying to get an exit kill, but he is also trying to retreat. As this JBU squad doing a really nice job of staggering Post's respawns here.
Yeah, that was a little rough. Post University now in danger of losing the lead here, but they don't want to panic. Moridin does have this Blizzard. Both support ultimates going to be online soon. There it goes. It's ticked over now into JBU's favor. The big thing is they want to target Hawk, or at least try to get out the sound barrier before the fight breaks out.
Bezel getting very low. Will finally fall to Chewy. Beat drop goes out from Hawk, but so does the Blizzard. Ravel gets 2, make it 3. KingJackson in the backline falls to the Deadeye. And now Post in danger of just straight up losing the map.
KingJackson has the sound barrier, though, trying to push out pretty quickly, but huge sound barrier and rush.
But Ravel takes out Vero and Chewy. This is not looking good for Post. This could be a very quick win for JBU. Put them on to match point. Multikel's got a touch here.
People out there.
Multikel falls, and that's going to do it. A full push for JBU, and they take the first lead of the series and go up 3-2.
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, Post University really had that so far in their favor, but Ravel just got, or rather, JBU got a lot of momentum there, right? And I think a lot of it was off the back of the hazard swap, right? And because of, I think we didn't see any swaps coming out from Post University, and maybe that was a mistake. I think perhaps we should have seen something with Multikel swapping to a different tank, right? That would have maybe proved a little bit more effective, right? Coming out with maybe the Ramatra, something along those lines. You know, something to just mix it up and put them a little bit off their foot. Because at that point, too, right, I think another thing is that Zarya Ultimate is fantastic. It's really, really powerful, but it takes a long time to charge. So just a little bit of a different, a different composition. Good word here. Also, seeing somebody go over to the Bastion, right? We've seen Post University use the Bastion to great success too, because I think one thing that the Hazard was providing was a lot of kind of defensive capability as well. So certainly a lot of things they could have done. I think they played it pretty well. But moving to this next map, I hope that we see, take some of these lessons here. But the other thing is the maps are completely open now, right? As far as the map type, we did do our 5th map type. So
yeah, the only limitation now at this point is you can't pick a map that's already been played. That's it. You can basically pick any map you want now at this point.
Yeah, so I think that's really going to work in Post's favor here.
Yeah, but all right, it's Post Post map pick now as JBU going to match point. Let's see if they can close it out here or if Post will bring us all the way to Game 7, JuggleGod. All right, we'll be right back.
I would love to see it.
That would. Let's hope. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are back with map number 6 for the Overwatch 3rd place match. Can you believe it, guys? Oh man.
Yeah, we've almost gone the distance. I'm so here for it. And interesting looking comps that we got here. I'd love to see Multikel back out on the JQ. Seems like he's had some success with that today. Chewy on the Tracer, I believe, you know, I haven't seen the whole match, but that's new at least from here. And Bezel, very interesting on the Sombra. Now that's going to mean that if...
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's going to mean if Post University can just kind of hold W, run right over them, they might be able to do that before the Sombra has value. I want to see him move quick here.
Chewy on the flank here. Vero already with 1. Winning this early fight here. Chewy baiting out a lot of utility. As Wolf Alpine getting very low, sticking to the hazard here. Vero gets another one in retreat while while JBU was retreating, and a good team fight win early here for Post.
I think that's kind of exactly what happened there, right? You know, you look at the ult percentage. Sombra doesn't really have a whole lot here. So Post University, they got in quick, they got the picks, and they got the point. Another thing, Chewy really played that perfectly. Really rode that line of like maximizing the damage with, you know, Bailey staying alive, and that allowed Post University to get that cleanup kill. Bezel already really low, so Post University in a great position here.
Moridin also getting low though. Kel getting hindered. Ups that shout though. Gets out of dodge. Post playing with cover very well. Revel takes out King though. That could be the key to press W for JBU. Kel does not want to give up this point yet. Revel takes down Chewy as well, he's been really good on the Cassidy so far this series. And wow, we may be already at overtime here. Yep, we do get to 99. So Post one more team fight will secure this point.
That's huge for Post University. Now, the big thing they have to watch out for, of course, is Woeful's ultimate, right? And unfortunately, KingJackson doesn't have the sound barrier up yet. So really, I think we want to see Vero get this Kitsune Rush online, hit it early before really, you know, Woeful has an opportunity to make something happen here. Bezel going down low again. Post University needs to go.
Oh, great grenade there by Revel. Takes down Chewy. Moridin trying to dealing tons of damage during this Kitsune Rush. Takes down 1. Still has the Death Blossom online as well. Oh, what a great double shotgun shot from Moridin. And that may do... Oh, still one more on the point, and that is going to do it here. As Post had retaken the point earlier, actually. Well, that fight was still going on, and crucially, Chewy, Moridin, and Kel all holding on to their ultimates during that fight.
Oh, this is big. They knew exactly where Revel was, right? They knew he went for that mega, so this is going to be massive for Post University. They were able to do that without using any ultimates either, except for that Kitsune Rush, right, which charged the rest of them. Now, the other thing is Bezel, I think, is really being more of a harm, doing more harm than good on the Sombra right now, right? Because Bezel's getting pushed out before fights, which means that they have to translocate away, they have to hide, which means Post University is essentially fighting a 4v5. So if they can continue to do that, they can find more and more success here.
Oh, Revel gets one out right away. Oh, but Moridin gets hacked out of the Death Blossom. Ooh. Great EMP from Bezel. Just as you said, he wasn't making any impact. He took that personally and single-handedly won the fight there for JBU. The great EMP.
Yeah.
Completely nullifying Moridin's Death Blossom there.
Yeah, we just need that meme, you know, that meme that, and I took that personally.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's 100% what happened there. But Post University still held on to the sound barrier, right? I think they had a great idea there. You know, just the order of the cues that got hit and the timing of it really worked out, you know, in their opponent's favor. But we might go with an aggressive sound barrier here. I could see this being something Post University finds some value with, but they need to watch out for this Deadeye. So, the balance between holding it and going, hard to say.
There's the beat drop, goes out onto 4. Chewy takes down Hawk in the back line. And things looking good here initially for Post. Revel gets 1 back. Revel very low, taken down by Kel. And it's going to be cleanup duty now for the Eagles. Ooh, Kel needs to take down 1 more, though. But they will capture the point. And that was a bloody fight, Juggle, but in the end, goes to Post's favor.
Yeah, I think Multikel just heard the translocate there, right? You could also hear Bezel's steps, so they know they're around. Bezel really kind of pushing their luck right here, but oh, the team is already back. Vero needs to use this Kitsune rush as soon as they can. Especially with
King
Wolf
goes
on
down,
the
though.
ground.
Ravel with the kill. How long can Post hold on here? Chewy gets Bezel, though, and now it's a 4v4. Kitsune rush here for Post, but everybody very low. Whew, 2 for 1 so far. Wolfenpine getting super low. Finally falls to Moridin as he somehow survived with 50 health. Oh, Bezel gets the last few shots there. Farewell kill there onto Moridin.
Yeah.
But Post with control of the point, and now the onus is on JBU to win this next fight, or Post is going to go up 2-0.
Ooh, look at this. Chewy's looking for Bezel because they know that Bezel's going to be the one to touch here, right? Post University is going to have this rush.
Oh, great kill by Chewy.
Huge!
And now we are into overtime. When is Kel going to pop the rampage? Oh, gets hacked and killed immediately. Moridin has the death blossom, but he's so low. He's going to pop it anyways! And he kills the tank! Incredible! Post somehow, some way, take it back. And now JBU has to touch. I don't think anyone's around. And they're not. 2-0 to Post.
No, that was huge. I absolutely agree with that Death Blossom there for Moridin, right? Because even though Post University might have been able to get that kill on Woeful without that, they might not have been able to do it before there was the touch, right? And that was that's what they needed to do right there. Multikel still has the Rampage, so that's going to be massive, in addition to the Sound Barrier, which is going to be crucial with this Deadeye coming in as well.
Oh, but Ravel, once again, with the early pick, taking out Moridin. But Vero returns in kind onto Bezel. And now Kel looping around. Wants to look for the rampage here. Beat drop hits Kel.
Might not even need it.
Yeah, he might not need it. There's High Noon. On the side. Rampage comes out. But now Kel all alone gets hacked and taken down. Went a little bit too deep there.
Yeah.
But it's no tanks alive. As Wolfenpine also falls. But I think this may eventually go over the favor of JBU, unless Chewy has anything to say about it. Moridin!
Oh my gosh.
Killing everyone, and Post holds on and takes the point. Oh my god,
that was insane. That was insane. Now, yeah, I do want to talk about Ravel here, right? Because that Deadeye was beautiful because it was kind of a zoning Deadeye, right? Multikel couldn't back up, right? He had to go forward, which meant he was fighting a 4v1, which means he had to use his ult to try and survive, right? Great play right there, but then Moridin had the heads-up play to come back in, but oh, an early pick right Ravel. This could be rough, especially with this rush.
Still getting the first kill on every one of these fights and making it so hard for Post. Moridin falls as well. And now Post is trying to survive as long as they can. Great knife from Multikel, but it may be too little too late here as JBU has already recaptured the point.
I think the key here, though, is that Post University is going to be ready to go back in, possibly before Ravel is back. Big thing, though, is Ravel's going to have this Deadeye kind of uncontested here because KingJackson doesn't have that
rush immediately onto point. Multikel running in here. But JBU doing a good job of weathering this storm so far as Bezel with a virus kill onto Chewy. Wolfenpine with another. And Kel not able to finalize that kill onto Ravel. And it looks like it could be final fight territory for this last point. Or this third point, rather. As JBU up past 70%.
Because Post University kind of behind in the ult economy here. And Bezel's got that EMP, and Bezel's been using it to very, very good effect here, right? So Moridin, with this Nest Blossom, Post University really wants to make sure that they take out Bezel. Either that or get the EMP out early, right? But they've got an uphill battle to fight here. Oh, what a hack.
Moridin down to 3 health.
They didn't get the touch.
And they didn't get the touch, yeah.
Yeah.
So Chewy, a little bit of a wasted ult there. And we'll just end up falling. So, JBU gonna make this map a little bit more interesting here, as it's now 2-1. And they only used EMP in that fight.
Yeah, but honestly, that's good because EMP has so far proved to be kind of a fight winner for them. I feel like Post University is able to weather most of the other things, right? Multikel's done a great job of kind of neutralizing Wolfel's ultimate, either by positioning or just damage, right? So The ult economy still not in Post University's favor, so they're going to need to take this kind of as economically as they can to try and build ultimates to win this point.
Minun comes out and Ravel, and Post has to hide here. They do a good job of fighting. Oh, but Wolf Ulpine comes in and gets 2. Make it 3! And now Post in full retreat mode.
Yeah, boy, Ravel's Deadeyes have been really good, right? The value that he's getting out of them just from a zoning perspective is tremendous. Because, again, he kind of used it to isolate the 2 players on point, Moridin and Multikel, who ended up getting killed, right? Chewy, KingJackson, and Vero, they had to stay behind because that Deadeye, you know, it was either, okay, 2 get killed or 5. Oh,
Chewy
almost
finds
had
the
him.
Sombra there. Yeah, very close.
But now, Post University up in the ultimates here. So again, they want to try and take out Bazel as quickly as they can. But the other way to do is to just try and run over Wolfle, right? They can do that with an aggressive sound barrier if they want.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah, Moridin not quite fast enough on the Wraith form
massive.
there. But a lot of damage going out onto Wolf Ulpine from Chewy's ultimate. But will it be enough? Vero falls to Bezel. Annihilation comes out as well, and this may be pretty clean 100-0 point take for JBU.
Yeah, I think Post University's just going to want to kind of regroup here and go for next point. But that does mean it all hinges on this point for Post University, right? Because if they lose this point, then the match goes the other way.
Yeah, JBU just needs one
University
more to finalize this 3rd place finish. They're on match point,
Yeah,
remember. Post is trying to get us to Game 7.
Exactly. Post University wants to win this first fight, right? But again, they've got to watch out for this EMP. Multikel going down low, though. This is rough. Oh, huge!
And Moridin gets hacked out of the ultimate once again, and it's a 1-for-1. Kitsune Rush goes out, but King getting very low. Needs to try to survive here. Multikel still searching for that knife kill. Gets hacked up. Finally finds that knife onto Hawk. That is huge. Gets the headshot onto Wolf Ulpine as well. And this first fight is going over to Post.
At Post University, what they want to do right here is they want to try and get out, you know, see if they can poke out this Sombra, see if they can get a kill on him. Big thing is Chewy does have this Deadeye here, but it's the only ultimate they're running in with. We've seen how deadly Ravel is with theirs, so Post University also really needs to make sure they're clocking him. KingJackson should get this sound barrier this fight, but it's going to be late, so Post University just needs to make sure they're playing their natural cover here. Oh, the Sombra.
Oh, no translocate. Now Chewy. Oh, double high noon. Gets hacked out of it.
Big hack, but are they going to get the Sombra?
They do get the kill. It's a
Yes,
1-for-1
they are.
though, with King falling. Moridin also very low, onto point. Gets taken out. Now King gets the sound barrier, but it's a little bit too late. Ulpine.
Yeah, but if they can just
Pretty
push
low.
this time up.
Yeah, I think the play is to just stay alive as long as possible. There's
Yeah.
the retake, but 85% on the board for Post. I like that decision by King to hold on to that beat drop there
Yeah,
and
that's
save it
not
for next
very-
fight.
Yeah, no, I think that was absolutely huge, especially considering Wolfle has their ultimate too. Hawk is going to have theirs as well. In fact, both. I think all the support ultimates are going to be there. So, Multikel, it could come down to how big Multikel can make this ultimate, right? They're going to get it mid-fight, which is going to be a great time to use it as well.
All right, little poke damage coming out. Rampage online for Multikel. Oh,
big
that's a
knife.
great knife onto Hawk. Pulls him in. And this could be it for Post. But a Kitsune Rush for Athanamin. There's the Rampage. Chewy with another one. Make it 3, and Post wiping the floor with JBU. Now a last-ditch high noon doesn't go out. And it's a 5-player kill streak for Kel at the end, and Post will take map number 6, and we are going all the way, Juggle.
Let's go. Oh, this is fantastic. You love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, what an enormous last point there for Post University. You know, when I saw that they had 85%, right? Normally when we talk about 85%, we're talking about it in the context of control. And in control, that means the other team gets one good fight afterwards. But Post University just took the point out from underneath them, right? Even if they didn't, JBU was going to be fighting a scuff fight if Post University won that fight. They just threw everything they had there at it, and they got the fight win. It was tremendous. But now the big thing is, right, JBU won one of Post maps. Now Post has to win one of JBU's maps.
Yeah, because JBU gets map pick now, and the only restriction is they can't pick a map that has already been played. So if we take a look at the map pool here, we'll see what is available. So we've played Lijiang, so Oasis, Busan, Kings Row, Numbani, Esperanza, Runasapi, Atlas, Gibraltar, and Rialto are left in the map pool, and it will be JBU's pick since they just lost. So, slight advantage to JBU going into Game 7. Yeah, probably not, but a slight advantage to JBU going into Game 7 since it will be their map pick, but a lot of maps have been played, Joe. There's 6 maps out of contention, so it's not like they're going to be able to go to their kind of, you know, their best few maps, because they've already picked them, right? Like,
they have.
So it's going to be...
You know, I
pretty close here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kings Row, honestly, right? Because it is kind of like, I feel like everybody plays that one, everybody scrims that one, right? And if you are kind of running low on the maps that you do like, it feels like a natural place to go. The thing is, Post University is always phenomenal on Kings Row, so I like that for them, right? If they end up there. The other thing though is, while JBU does have map pick here, Post University has momentum.
That's true.
Right, and they have it in a big way. You know, I think the adrenaline rush and coming back from almost getting, you know, reverse swept there in that map, right? The adrenaline rush of clinching that out there at the last second, I think is going to be huge for them moving into this next map. So
it all comes down to this. You know, Game 7 with
the
bronze medal on the line. Let's see where we're going and what's going to unfold. Will Post University capture our first program trophy for Overwatch? Let's see. We'll be back in a couple minutes with game number 7. All right, everyone, we are back with game number 7. Game 7, JuggleGod. I cannot believe it. This has been a marathon ride. We are at 2 hours and 42 minutes live right now for the stream. So we are here and we are gaming.
I love it. I'm so excited here. Now, you know, Rialto I thought was an interesting pick here coming out from JBU, right? Because they haven't really played snipers here, but they do have 2 of the longer range characters, and I think now it makes a little bit of sense.
And we're also seeing Chewy on the Freya for the first time this whole series.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big question mark here for JBU. They might not be ready to handle it. Nice shot.
Chewy getting low, though. Needs to back out and get some heals. This high ground. Oh, he gets Revel. Yeah, they were not ready for this Freya juggle.
No, they weren't. Yeah, Chewy's doing a great job, right? You know, Post University doesn't really have, I mean, you know, like traditional snipers, right? But Chewy, this is a great pick if you don't play that normally, right? Because you can get in nice and close. You can also play at a distance, which Chewy's doing just beautifully here. So, great job holding this line. The big thing is Moridin's almost got this Blizzard too, but Chewy actually is going to get theirs first. And Revel has really been neutralized. Oh, big opportunity here.
Yeah, some damage going out onto Bezel, but couldn't finalize the kill. Now Chewy with the ultimate online, though.
Big.
There's the Bola shot. Coming out. Not finding anyone, though. Meanwhile, Moridin trying to duel. On the side. Gets taken very low and taken down by Revel on the Emery. Make it 2. And the rest of Post will soon fall after that. Great opening engagement there by Revel. And then Bezel on the cleanup.
Yeah.
Let's see if Post is able to contest before it reaches the first point. I think they'll be able to.
Yeah, but they might be down Vero here. Whoa, Chewy!
Great shots by Chewy. Somebody's got a touch, though.
Get the touch.
He got the touch.
Yeah.
Chewy does fall. But there's the Blizzard onto point. But Wolf Volpine taking out 2, and it's basically a wasted Blizzard from Moridin.
Yeah,
that's
unfortunately.
A pretty good push there by JBU to start things off. But Consuming Rush online for Vero.
Yeah, that's such a, you know, it's interesting. That's a tough call to make right there, right? Do you go in or not? It reminds me a little bit of like King's Row Arches, except that if you lose it here, right, like you don't get that big defensive hold, right? The first big defensive hold you get against right around this corner here. However, we got a big attack visor coming in. So Post University, Vero.
Almost 1v1s this Bezel there. Bezel still attack visor online as well. There's the override protocol from Revel. Post got a hide now, but there's a double from Revel with that power shot, and that's going to be a clean team fight win here for JBU as they keep the payload rolling.
Yeah, unfortunately for Post University, this is just ending up, you know, the ult advantage has really been in JBU's favor, right? They're doing a great job of cycling, and Post University just lagging in tempo just a little bit here, but now Post University has a big opportunity here, right? They've got the Kitsune Rush, Multikel's got their ultimate online as well, so, ooh.
Wow, Chewy contesting this tack visor, but the beat drop comes out from KingJackson as well as the Rampage from Multikel. They want to fight this despite the tack visor coming out early. As Wolf getting very low finally falls to Vero's knives, and now Post will be able to stabilize a little bit. How many kills can they get? Well, JBU is in retreat, looking like just the 1. JBU does not want to give them any additional ultimate charge.
Yeah, that could be a pretty big difference maker here, right? But it looks like Bezel's trying to be a little greedy here, and that's not Bezel and Revel, like, they've been playing greedy, but they've also been getting away with it a lot of the time, right? So if Post University can kind of call them out here, this could be huge.
Yep, Chewy with the override protocol online. No ultimates near for JBU. Chewy does have to use cover a little bit to get healed up.
Oh, this flank.
Yeah, predicted the flank from Revel. As Wolf Volpine gets one,
Nice
Moridin
trade.
trades one back. It's a 4v4 now on point, but Chewy will fall. Moridin now just trying to stall on point, looking like it's going to be another clean team fight win for JBU. Vero will fall next. And they will reach the second to last point with 3:33 on the clock.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid time bank here. Post University has a couple big ultimates coming. Multikel has decided to go over to the Ramatra, which I like here. I think that's going to go head-to-head against Woeful pretty well.
Yeah, I always like Multikel on the Ram.
Yeah, I think Athemanian's gonna have an uncontested rush here, though.
The Emre ultimate coming
big.
out. No kills just yet. Point trades one back, make it 2, and JBU doing an excellent job of dealing with Post there during the override protocol, and once again, it's a pretty clean team fight win, 5 for 1, with only Wolfpine going down. If Post goes quickly here, though, they could turn the tables, since Wolfpine
I think
will
they're
be
gonna
running
be
back from spawn.
I think they're going to be able to, right? This is going to certainly be in Post University's favor here. They're going to want to take this quickly, though, especially considering Moridin is spawned now. In fact, we see, honestly, JBU has backed off. They understand that this fight's not in their favor, so they're going to regroup here so they get a full 5. It's an early cleanse, so JBU might push this now.
Well, popping the ultimate from Emre. Kitsune Rush goes out, but so does the Tac Visor, and it's just, again, Post cannot deal with this double hit scan composition coming out from JBU. Now Moridin just trying to stall for as long as possible, just give his team a chance to come out of spawn and contest this. And take down as many seconds as they can. Multikel now trying to get the kill onto Bezel. He's trying to keep them into spawn. But that'll do it. 152 in the time bank for JBU.
Yeah, 2 minutes is a pretty sizable time bank here, but you know, in reality can be kind of tough to capture. Clearly, this is a map that JBU has practiced. Right, they're looking very comfortable here, but Post University, I feel like, always does better on the attack, right? Especially when they have the attack second. So I think Post University absolutely has it in to come back from this to rally. But they're gonna need to get momentum here and keep momentum, right? What I really want to see Post University do is kind of just blow through the streets phase, right? Because that's a lot of times where people are gonna get caught up. Either that or this corner right here that you're flying over right now, actually, right? Like those are gonna be the 2 big points that I think are gonna make or break this for Post University. Big thing though, we are on escort, not hybrid, right? Which means that as long as you finish the map, you're getting at least a minute in the time bank. And Post University, the longer they play a map, the better they look, right? Kind of the adaptation that we see coming from Post University, always really, really good. The big thing is, though, right now, earlier I was kind of calling out Ravel and Bazel for their flanks, right, and playing a little bit greedy. But what they've done, honestly, I think, is they've really kind of figured out the timing of their flanks now, right? So they are taking greedy flanks, but they're doing it at such a time that Post University's focus has really been kind of split. So what I think Post University needs to do again is just kind of increase the tempo, right? They need to make the moves before JBU has opportunity to flank the way that they want to.
Let's see if they're able to do it. Chewy swapping to the Genji here. And looking to get right up onto this high ground. A lot of damage going down, but not quite any kills yet.
Yeah, great deflect, though, there to, kind of stay where they need to.
Oh, nice kill by Chewy. Gonna trade one back onto Ravel. Bezel does take him down. Chewy unable to get back to the low ground in time. But any kill for Post is more valuable, as it's a little bit of a longer run for JBU at this stage in the map.
Yeah, exactly. Moridin creeping up on a Blizzard as well, looking to be kind of leading the lobby here. Sounds like a Lucio to their left. Yeah, okay. KingJackson getting pushed out from the high ground.
Yeah, JBU really valuing this high ground. Wall comes out onto Wolfpine, but he gets around it. Not quite a tight enough window yet. Vel with the kill on Multikel. Jackson trades one back onto Bezel, though, but Wolfpine still at large. Post has got to deal with this tank, or JBU is going to be able to stall out even longer.
Jesus, yeah, Wolfpine just not going down, but Moridin just about has this Blizzard. Yeah, a nice time to back out here. Hopefully they can stay alive.
Chewy falls a little bit late. That's going to be a good stagger for JBU. As Post, I think, already struggling a little bit more than JBU did on this first point, at least from time.
Never stop learning.
Yeah, Post University, KingJackson needs to get this sound barrier up here soon, but oh, I like this flank from Moridin. Big Blizzard opportunity here.
It's taken down immediately by Bezel, though. The double kill on Soldier 76, and Post forced to retreat again.
Yeah, that was a big play there by Bezel, right? Because Bezel was playing at a distance, right? And wasn't going to be caught in that Blizzard. So I don't think Post University really clocked that fact, and they were taken by surprise by it. But Chewy's just about got this blade coming up here, so probably going to see it combined with this Kitsune Rush, but it is going to be countered by it at the Manians.
Oh, Override Protocol already from Ravel. Not finding any kills just yet. Chewy getting down very low. Finally falls. Does Post still push this one here? There's Kitsune Rush. Countered by Beat Drop, but there's already 2 dead for Post. Kel gets 1, but will it be enough? Oh, Beat Drop saves them just in time from Hawk there. As Kel tanking all the damage finally falls.
Wow.
Or finally gets the heals, rather. Hawk somehow surviving with probably single-digit health there, but Post really needs to get it to the checkpoint here. That's going to be hard with Ravel taking out KingJackson. 3 players left for Post. And now Multikel staggered again. And Moridin.
Oh.
And now we're under a minute.
Multikel.
This is looking increasingly dire for the Eagles.
Yeah, especially considering Bezel has this tac visor, right? Post University is going to have to take this, essentially with a neutral fight, but kind of working uphill, right? Because Bezel could be able to just zone them here, right? So Post University needs to get as close as they can to the guard just using natural cover. I like Chewy going over to the cast here because if they can flank and get Bezel taken care of, well, the Post University has the opening they need, and that's exactly what's on Chewy's mind right here. Oh, but he knows.
He saw him. And he's got the Lucio in support. Chewy's got to regroup now, and there's the tac visor coming out. Grenade blocked by Hawk. Great work on the Lucio. As the Wolf Ultbind getting the early kill on Vero. That could be huge. 1 kill for Chewy, but it's not going to be enough. 3 fallen for Post. And overtime ticking down and everybody dead. And that's going to do it, Juggle. In Game 7, Post falls in the end. Congratulations to JBU. They will take the 3rd place victory here in the ECAC. An unfortunate ending here, JuggleGod, but we had the first Game 7 in Overwatch program history, so that was pretty cool. Marathon run
cool
tonight. But the Overwatch team is not done. We've got more Overwatch action for you coming up here. Yes. Let me take a look at my spreadsheet here.
Yeah, all the games and all the titles. I'm sure you've got you have a lot to keep track of, but
yeah, but
you know, great.
A lot of
game.
records broken tonight in terms of just number of matches played in number of maps played in one match, right?
Oh yeah, fair.
And you know, this is the best placing we've ever gotten in ECAC program history, 4th place out of about 32 teams, so pretty impressive there. Unfortunately, couldn't grab that bronze medal, but very close, very close. But we did qualify for the NECC National Championship. We'll be coming in as the 11th seed against Champlain College. That's going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. JuggleGod and Deadly Drew will be taking you through that one, since I will be on deck to stream the Rocket League match that will be potentially tomorrow at 9 p.m., depending whether or not a rescheduled time is worked out. But we will definitely have the Overwatch game tomorrow at 8 o'clock. That's against Champlain College in round 1, top 16 of the NECC National Championship. So make sure to tune in, support the team, guys. Until then, it's been a long night, so I'm not going to do a long outro. Thanks for coming in midway there and saving my voice a little bit, Juggle. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you bet. I'm so happy I made it.
You guys can see Juggle again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the Overwatch Nationals Round 1. Until then, have a great night, everybody.